Hound here with another Vikings War of Clans video. So in this video we're going to be talking about the results of Jotunheim and yeah, just to give you guys an update on what I was busy doing in Jotunheim, how my Jotunheim went and so on. So as everyone knows, I'm in blood. We didn't get the outcome from Jotunheim that we wanted. Now, before I even get into the video, I personally was not at the best shape for Jotunheim. Usually with events, I get a good amount of sleep. I'm on top of my game. I can, set up a schedule. And yeah, I could leave my weekend free specifically for the game. But sometimes real life takes priority. Other things happen, obviously, so you can't schedule everything and be perfect. My ideal situation for Jot would have been to play Throne when we were playing for Throne and play Scouts when I needed to play Scouts, because my main focus was going to be T4 event. I trained for the T4 killing event with Scouts. I had a ton of troops. Unfortunately that just didn't happen because sometimes real life takes priority and I would have situations where I wanted to play Scouts, but then it was time to play Throne. Other situations I couldn't even log on to play Scouts when it was time to play Towns and be free to do whatever. So my scheduling was not the best. I have to say that. So keep that in mind, before you judge me. I tried my best. I'm only going to show you the personal events and just talk about it in my own capacity. So personal T4 event. This was my main goal. Even though there isn't an event for the personal T4 killing, I waited a while before starting to point and Jot, so I knew that there was a good opportunity for me to get a decent bracket and try to get, possibly the first place rewards. Unfortunately, I couldn't, but as you can see, it was a pretty close tie. Yeah, so MatK kind of wished me congratulations because I think I was ahead of him and there was a big gap, a decent gap, not a big gap, obviously. So he thought that he couldn't get it, but I think he found a very good target towards the end of Jot. But then again, I had to go play Throne, so I missed on that bit. Not saying that I didn't like it. Throne was good at the end. The last 30 minutes, I think I made more shards than, per hour than I made in the other times playing Throne. So that was really good. But yeah, I couldn't play T4s anymore, and obviously he had the advantage. Now, the good thing about this is obviously the 300 million gold. The runic coins and the marks aren't really that great. The boosts aren't great either. What I get for level 2 is terrible because you go from 300 million gold to 80 million gold. I mean, this is still great, but the drop-off is drastic. Compared to this, the drop-off isn't too drastic. This, again, not too bad, and again, these not too bad. But the gold drop-off is huge. It's massive. But yeah, we got the gold. And I think I'm personally happy with the way I performed. Yeah, and I think if I had done this at a massive scale, if I had, only focused on Scouts, constantly got the Scout repute, constantly looked for towns and went only at towns that gave me the perfect ratio or I could have broken, I would have 100% done much better. The thing is with Scouts, you don't always get the repute and you don't always have the patience to keep looking. Sometimes you can go 1 hour with the Spy 2 repute and not be able to find a town, right? Yeah, so you could have the best possible repute, you could have everything that you want, and somehow the game just decides it's not your turn to find an easy target, so you don't get it. And with me, I always test. I don't just, silly throw troops at people. I've hit big targets and I've hit small targets. Most of the time though, shocking enough, big players who log off without boosts on are much easier to kill versus traps that are actually like small players that sit there, wait for you to get into their T4s. As soon as you're done with their T4s or T1s, immediately shield, jump back to Jot, because that's all they need for those personal events. Versus big people that just log off, don't really care, think that no one's gonna break them. Well, if your boost run out or somehow you're in the wrong setup, people like me are gonna test you and they're gonna find out that you're slacking and they're gonna catch you. So I've had opportunities where it went perfect. I was able to break people, and I've had opportunities where people ran away. Overall though, I think with the amount of effort that I put, and I think I put only 4 hours, 5 hours effort into this event, I'm pretty happy with my performance. Could I have done better? 100%. Could I have done more? 1,000%. I just didn't have enough time to sit down and look for those perfect targets. because for me, perfect targets means that I can break them in very few hits, and I can get really big drop-offs. For example, if I hit someone and I kill 100 million T4s when I send a full march of T7s, which is like 67 million, 68 million for me, when I get a 68 for 100 million T4s, that's not what I consider massive. That's someone that I consider breakable, because eventually that 100 is going to go to 125, 150, 180, and then jump off massively if they don't have much. Or if they do have more, it's just going to keep at that 125, 30, 40, 50, and so on, until you finally get out all of their T4s. But if I found someone, which I did multiple times, find people when I was looking carefully, where I could do one march of T7 and kill suddenly 200 million T4s, 300 million T4s, or just wipe their scouts immediately, those were the perfect ones. Very rarely do those happen, because most of the time people are online, they're boosted, and they're careful. Sometimes people just don't have the strongest scouts. So I think scouts were perfect for me. I just didn't have the perfect time and effort to put into Jotunheim. I feel really upset at myself because, when you're in part of a big clan, your main goal should be to focus as a team. Your main goal should be to follow what your team is able to do. As much as I wanted to do that, I also wanted to test myself, see if I could play T4 events, because I've never done this where I would actually look for T4 people and just, break scouts. Most times I found a good balance where I did scouts, I did like a small portion of scouts, but most of my focus was slaughter event, throne if I could play it, and this time I couldn't play throne much. When I did play throne, it was mostly a hold, so I was playing reinforcement T7s, giving the other people a chance to go in with their bigger troops, or if I was playing reinforcement T8s, I was still doing the hold part or going in and breaking, and then other people were able to reinforce, and that just takes a lot of time out of your days. It's unbelievable how much time it takes. So everyone in my clan in Blood who sat there and spent hours of time, hours of their day, no one should feel discouraged. It's a good competition. Competition is always good. It's not always good to get those wins without having a good fight. And when you get a good fight and someone wins, it just makes it so much better because you're ready for the next one. And yeah, people shouldn't get discouraged. I think overall the clan did perfect. We didn't have enough people. We didn't have as many people as always, but real life takes people away from the game, and that's just the hard reality that we have to get used to. And sometimes it happens to our opponents, sometimes it happens for us. We can't all be perfect. So I think my clan in all of its glory, all of its might, they did perfect. I think they should be very proud of themselves. And yeah, we come back next time and do much better and perform even better. Myself, on the other hand, I'm not really happy about it myself, because I feel I feel some sort of guilt, because I didn't think my presence would have been such a massive impact, which it could have been at times if I was actually paying attention to my clan's team effort. And yeah, I'm not really happy about it. Even though I wanted to push myself, I should have put the team effort ahead of everything and thought of it as a team effort. It's just that, when I trained all of these scouts, I needed to spend them. There was no way for me to make more troops because I already spent all of my budget on scouts. So it was kind of a predicament because I didn't know what to do exactly, since I did have scouts and Throne doesn't really take scouts well. The reason I made the scouts also partially was because I needed to make shards. Obviously, not again the best way to go about troops. My main goal was T4, T7 event, trying to get those, help the clan get more achievements through placing. But then I also wanted to prove myself that I could do it. To be fair, I thought that I would cap at around 30 billion T4s killed. I didn't think I could push to 42, so that was somewhat of a shocker. I was able to find some really good targets. Overall, I think I was satisfied with my job, but I wouldn't say this was my best performance. My best performance is when I'm able to support my clan and follow the team effort and follow the team balance and try to find the balance between personal time and clan time and I wasn't able to do that fully this time. And you know, sometimes I think to myself, maybe I hold myself to such a high scale or high expectations from myself, but the reality is, you know, you're in a team setting, you want to be a team player, and when you're not able to, it just makes you feel guilty, and I think that's what exactly happening with me. But yeah, I think I had a really fun Jot event. Doing those giveaways kind of made me happy, giving back a little bit to the community as well. Hopefully we get more and more. We are very close to getting into the level 3 of the streamers program. I still don't know whether I get into it this month or I would have to try again next month. But yeah, I think there's a lot that's going to be happening in the future for the channel. I'm kind of excited. Yeah, at the same time, I've earned a lot more enthusiasm to keep playing the game, because, you know, when you're able to perform, and you know, you're able to perform in a, you know, in a very big scale with such a big clan, it just makes you feel a little bit, you know, proud of yourself. But yeah, you know, never gonna settle. I want to always keep push myself. If I can get more next time, I will definitely try my best to get more. I might upload a video following this explaining how I was able to get 42 billion T4 kills, which I think should be somewhat of an interesting video. And yeah, I can try to explain my logic to everyone. There's probably a bunch of you that have seen me testing your towns and wondering if I'm just, you know, throwing troops away for no reason, or if I'm just being a prick and, you know, just throwing couple T1s at people. But yeah, that's not really the intentions. I can try to make myself more clear and explain my intentions in the following videos. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if I bored you by talking so much. But yeah, sometimes I gotta talk a little bit. So this was our performance in the T4 event, which I think I did pretty okay. Next time, hopefully, M at K, I'm going to get that first place. And Slaughter event, I think I did terribly in, because my main focus was just T4. So we placed 6th. Yeah, we placed 6th. Rewards are not so good. And I think reaping was even worse, right? Yeah, 21. So again, not the best outcome. Hopefully we can do better in the next Jot. But yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one.